Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the Kunze Panzer. It's a tier 9 German premium medium located on the northeast spawn of Glacier under the command of ChoosenDark. Now it's armed with a 105mm gun, it's capable of doing 390 alpha and is capable of penetrating 268mm with standard APCR, and with the heat rounds it'll actually go through 300mm. So quite good at penetrating the enemy. It's a kneeling tank. It's actually got the kneeling mechanics, so it can actually go into a super accurate mode just by depressing a key. But once you're in that key, just like with the other tanks which are capable of going into a kind of siege mode, you actually end up not being able to move very quickly. Kind of limits your ability to get about, but it is very accurate. But it's pretty accurate with standard ammo anyway, so you can actually fight without using the premium or the kneeling mode. Well, he's just been hit twice, once by Centurion 7-1 and the other one by Scorpion G, and he's lost over half his hit points now. But the good news is he actually did get sight of some of the enemy tanks and they've taken some damage, so at least he's got 378 of resistance. Now this is one of the tanks that you can actually get with the bonds. It's very expensive to get with the bonds, but not everybody has it as yet. But I'm sure that eventually most people will have one. It's kind of mobile and accurate, 65 kilometers an hour speed, which is the sort of speed you actually get from a light tank. So to see that in a medium tank is actually quite nice, because yeah, it means you can scoot about the battlefield fairly quickly. The problem with this tank, and this is the drawback, is that there's very little armour. The hull has got a maximum of 14mm at the front and 63mm on the front of the turret. And the worst armour is only 20mm on the hull at the rear, so yeah, just about anything's going to penetrate it. Even a tier 1 tank can penetrate this tank. Okay, we've got a Leopard prototype. Oh, we took a round from them as well. Luckily it was only 232. Which kind of makes me think that's the 90mm gun that he just got hit by. Well, the Primo took a hit. Even though it's got the kneeling mechanical ROM, not the kneeling mechanic so much, it's a pneumatic suspension if I remember correctly, but it just makes it super accurate. Even though it's got that, he's not trying to expose himself because he knows that he will lose a lot of hit points if he gets spotted. But the Leopard prototype's going to see him now, and this is where he goes down. Yep, unfortunately he took another hit, this time from a T-92, the tier 8 American premium light tank. Well, that was useful. At least that T-92's out of the equation, but there's still an Object 704 nearby. Luckily he's behind that rock at the moment, but it looks like he's moved into a position where he can get a shot in this direction, so he needs to be cautious. That 704 is being very defensive, but yeah, if anyone comes around that corner, he's going to put a round into them. Kind of want that Leopard prototype on our team to go around the corner on the rock and come up behind the 704, which will confuse him. And for a second I thought ChoosenDark was going to do the same until both those guys backed up and kind of got in his way. Until of course they realised what he was thinking about doing. That Emil 2 over in the distance is in the groove, so he's going to be pretty difficult to... We can't go round the corner, because if he's there he'll just plonk rounds into us. Remember, he's the 3-shot autoloader. I think if we can keep him occupied with that Black Dog and the Bisonte, then ChoosenDark can go around the corner. Oh, slides down. Actually damages his track in the process there. Okay, the 704 has actually been wiped out. He was taken out by the Emil 2 on our team. This game is looking like it's getting to a natural conclusion because we're already 5 tanks up on the enemy. That Emil 1 off there in the distance is very low on hit points. He's about to die. We did get spotted there. I think it's some of these guys up here that may have spotted us. Yeah, that SU-130. Oh, lucky! He got a shot in, the guy. He was quicker on the draw than the SU-130PM was. I was worried that that guy was actually going to play bonk around in. Oh, he's got a kill as well. Well, that's useful. At least it's popped his hit points up. Only 2 enemies left, the SU-130PM and the Emil 2. He's auto-aimed onto the SU-130PM. He didn't get that one. I think he should have just gone round and instead of auto-aiming, just got a manual aim on the guy. Nice hit for 396, a high roll. He can get a kill shot with the next one because the SU-130PM is a one-shot now. Oh, unfortunately the SU-130PM goes down, but now he can get a one-shot on the Emil 2. And that guy's out the game. So it's a victory. And a very brief battle. Here's the end of battle stats, and ChoosenDark said that luck was on his side in this one because he's got a second-class tanker, and it's the best that he's been able to get so far because that is the scrolls, which means this is the highest achievement he's received so far in this tank. He got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. Remember, this is a medium tank, not a light tank, so it's not as good at spotting as a light tank would be. And he also got a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemies, as well as a win rate of 1,863. And he actually did rather well, although he didn't get a huge amount of damage. He did actually get 3 kills in the game, and they were rather late on those last 2. When we look at the team score, we can see that he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the Charioteer, who picked up a high caliber Confederate and tank sniper for 4,358. Second highest damage was the SU-130PM on the enemy team with 3,224, and of course he killed that one, or at least I think he killed that one. Just have a quick check to see, is that one of the kills he made? Well, no, it isn't actually, because that's the one I mentioned, the good player on the SU-130PM. This is the bad one. It was the bad one that he actually killed. So, yeah, what was it? Yes, this is the bad one. So, second worst player on the enemy team. And we can see that ChoosenDark is a little way down the table. He's 4th on his own team, and in actual fact, he's 7th overall because 3 members of the enemy team got better than him. When it came to kills, though, he actually joint second in this one because the high scorer was the Emil 2 on his own team with 4. 3 kills went to the SU-130PM on his own team and ChoosenDark, and only 1 member of the enemy team managed to get 3 kills, and that was the one he killed, who managed to get 3, yep. And when it came to base XP, he's actually in 3rd place overall because the Charioteer got 1,034, as is befitting because he did get the highest damage. 948 went to the Emil 2, and then we've got ChoosenDark with 903 out of that one. He fired only 7 rounds in the game, but only 1 shell missed the target. 6 out of 6 on penetrations and hits. 1,768 hit points of damage, all of it done at close range. He received 4 hits from the enemy, all 4 penetrated. I said there's virtually no armor on this tank, so you really don't want to get hit if you can help it. In many ways, actually, it shares some of the characteristics of the Charfuture 4, except for the fact that it's not an autoloader. It's a single shot tank, but it's got the same sort of terrible armor. The one distinction that this tank does have is that very accurate gun. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 5 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 1,921 hit points of spotting assist. He earned 45,693 credits from the game, 22,847 from personal reserves, 95,000 for completing a mission, 163,540 altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, took away a profit of 131,411 credits. 1,354 XP times 2 for the first victory, 678 for completing a mission, 68 for this being a premium vehicle because of course it's one that you buy with bonds, so as it's a bond tank they don't offer you as much credits or XP. 3,455 experience points altogether, so that's the first of a triple of games from ChoosenDark, and he got a victory out of that one. And if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And we'll be back with another game from ChoosenDark very shortly, as soon as I've recorded it. Thanks for watching.